Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new TJ's World According Wrestling. And I'm your host, TJ Wiggins. I'm here to talk to you about Monday Night Raw, NXT, and AEW Dynamite. Let's go ahead and get started. I kind of took a week off last week because I kind of had, some stuff going on in my life that I couldn't really do this at this moment. But I'm here to tell you right now, I'm back into doing it. So let's go ahead. Raw first kicks off, with Brock Lesnar comes out, then Bobby Lashley. Was waiting in the back listening to Heyman and Lesnar, fucking talking and shit. Bobby Lashley is the Hurt Business and starts a promo. Lashley comes out and they have a nice promo between each other. They, do a lot of talking smack. They talk about the past and how Lesnar, would have beat him earlier if only he was in the company. And, calls Lashley a fucking Lesnar wannabe. I think that was just absolutely fantastic. And funny thing is, and then just walks out, that's the end of the promo. And the funny thing is that Alexander and Shelton Benjamin try to jump him after that, and Lashley just completely destroys him. So I guess that permanently ends the Hurt Business. For real this time. Because they retired it before. But they're for real this time. And so we'll see if that leads to another match, or if they're just going to go on to tag team being a jobber for all these years. Next, we have a good tag match between Orton and Riddle versus Chad Gable and Otis, the Alpha Academy, for the tag belts. In a surprising twist, Alpha Academy won. And an even more surprising twist, Orton didn't turn on Riddle. I thought that would have been the catalyst for Orton to turn on Riddle and turn on him like that, in a flash. But, the place roared and Orton, they got the hot tag. It was absolutely fantastic. So I'm waiting for them to get a tag, to get the rematch. And I believe that would probably be at the Elimination Chamber. So that way they could break up, then they'll have, promos and matches and shit to build up between the match between them to WrestleMania. Because I believe that is what this is heading towards. Next, Brood and Ziggler and Apollo Crews win a 6-man tag match against Priest and the Street Profits. Back to my previous statement that they're killing Damian Priest with all these non-finishes, and then the one match he does finish, he loses. That's not building anybody up to want to see him. Next, Seth Rollins has a very scripted promo. Apparently, he can challenge for whatever belt he wants because, he's Seth freaking Rollins. He really gives a fuck. And Langston comes out there, does a promo on him, say, I want to challenge for a match and fight and shit. And then that happens with Seth going over. Congratulations. They had an interview between Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley that ends up with Nikki Cross turning heel. I've got to admit, I knew they were going to split up this tag team, but I thought that the roles would sure as hell be reversed. Holy shit. I really didn't see that coming. Next, Styles and Theory had a beautiful match, and Styles would have won if not for interference from Grayson Waller. That's going to lead to their match on NXT, which I'll be talking about later. Next. Doudrop out of nowhere wins the triple threat match to face Becky Lynch for the belt at the Royal Rumble. And it was a good match with Doudrop actually executing the bonsai drop. And I fucking love that move. And I wonder if she's going to use it in the future. And so now we go on to NXT. It starts with, Braun Breaker, who's Braun Steiner. Anyways, comes out and actually cuts a babyface promo and says that he's ready for anybody, for anyone and anybody. So I can't wait for either a match or somebody to come out there and interrupt and to challenge him for the belt. I believe that would be absolutely fantastic. Next, Elektra Lopez, caused Zion Quinn to lose to Santos Escobar. Don't really care. Next, Trevor Lee. He gets back on track with the win against a jobber. It's nice to see him actually get his push again. I don't know if he'll go to the moon or not, but he can damn sure wrestle. He's a great worker, and I'm just glad that he's able to make TV again. Next, there was a nice video package explaining Imperium. And then there was Tony D'Angelo taking on Pete Dunne in, I guess, a crowbar and pole match where you could just beat the hell out of each other. I'm just waiting to see Judy Bagwell. But anyways, D'Angelo gets the crowbar from the pole, tries to hit Dunne, but Dunne, he misses, he gets it, he tries to swing at it. He doesn't do that, and then D'Angelo beats Dunne with the crowbar. After he gets it back again, so they go back and forth with all this shit. And next, the youngest Uso, Silo Sikoa, who is goddamn. He looks more like Jimmy than Jay does. Faces that Boa guy, who I really don't give a shit about. They could double count it out. So they go and have a brawl out through the arena with Boa shooting mist and Uso's face. And next for the main event is Styles versus Grayson Waller. And Styles is selling for this guy. He's desperately trying to get him over. Grayson Waller is trying. But I've got to say, I really don't think this guy is really going to get any better. I really don't see him improving shit. I don't know though, but we'll have to wait and see. Next, we go on to AEW. And this starts off with Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly coming out there and asking, are they ready for the New Year's Revolution? They want the belts. Then the Young Bucks come out there and say that they want the belts. Dissension between the Red Dragon and dumb fucks. Cole says, why can't we be friends or whatever? Because one team is good, the other one's a fucking idiot. And, they say that they're not the best friends, which is, of course, a cue for the best friends to show up. And then the Elite beat them up with, actually, Britt Baker taking out Chris Statlander. I don't know if Britt Baker has joined the Elite or not, but in the storyline and feud right now, she's definitely going to be an asset or at least an associate of the Elite. Next, we have Punk versus Wardlow. Wardlow is using his strength very on to try to get an upper hand advantage in this match. He's showing using his power. He gets Punk ready for the power bomb, but Punk rolls out of it. He rolls out of the ring. And, Punk is trying to get a flurry on Wardlow to get him off balance. He goes for a clothesline. Wardlow doesn't sell any of it. He's really trying to get Wardlow over. Wardlow hits a couple power bombs on CM Punk, which I thought was, definitely surprising and out of nowhere. But then they go out to the outside and power bombs him through a table, with the referee not counting at all. So they go back into the ring, and Wardlow hits I think 6 new fucking power bombs. Which after that, I mean, you're realizing that Punk's going to still win this match. He's going to win this match. But I thought, like, the goddamn 8 power bombs would be too much because I thought to really get it, have a man of this size or this power over, take like 2 or 3 and have CM Punk just absolutely knocked out. But, MJF gets out there and says, "Do we punish him more?" He goes for another powerbomb, and that's his cue to hit an inside cradle on Wardlow with CM Punk going over. And so MJF later on in the show says that the audience will get the match they want, with CM Punk taking on Shawn Spears. And the next, there was a good match between, these 2 young talents of Powerhouse Hobbs and Dante Martin. Hobbs was in control. Martin's making a few good flurries. They took this tremendous bump over the top rope with each other. It was absolutely fantastic. And then Starks causes a distraction for Powerhouse Hobbs to hit, his finishing move on Dante Martin. And he wins. Next, Lance Archer is revealed as Hangman's challenger because Hangman comes out there and cuts a promo, says, who's going to be my next challenger for the belt? I've taken care of Bryan Danielson. This now is on to my next challenge. So Lance Archer comes out there and answers that challenge by taking a steel chair to his back until Hangman can't move anymore. Can't wait to see that match. Next, Pentagon Jr. beats Matt Hardy. And Aleister Black debuts Brody King. Congratulations. Hooray. And next, we have Sammy Guevara taking on Danny Garcia for the interim TNT Championship. It was an okay match. I don't really care. And, 2.0 comes out there. They jump. They jump Kingston and Jericho. Don't really care. They'll go off and fight each other. Just fought off. And there was some bullshit before Sammy Guevara kicked out of a pile driver. He hits the goddamn, the GTS on Danny Garcia. And he wins. Which is all just going to lead to Sammy Guevara taking on Cody Rhodes again. So we'll just wait and see when that match happens. But thank you all for listening, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you think of the video, what you think of what was going on in the wrestling shows. Turn on the notifications bell, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.